guys contributed to this win, and the defense was very good. And I'm wondering how good it feels to not just win the game, but the way that you guys won the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was different from our first two games. I thought the way we defended, it wasn't the prettiest game. The way we defended, though, helped us. I thought we were able to execute a little bit better down the stretch. And we got the ball in places we wanted our guys who can make plays to get to. But in the end, it was a gritty defensive effort.
Chris, go ahead.
Ryan, Josh obviously had an impact on the defense tonight. Does having him back in there, what does he allow, or how does he kind of cement the defense together, especially down the stretch late?
I mean, he's one of the guys that cares about defense at his core, and we need to get to that as a group. And I think to a man, our guys would tell you we got to get to that. And tonight was evidence that we could do it when we wanted to. And but Josh definitely ups that level of defensive integrity that we need.
Where did you see out of that group late in the first quarter, early in the second quarter? I think San Antonio went scoring for almost 5 minutes there. Josh was part of that. Jared Vanderbilt, Ricky, Anthony, and Nas. We'll kind of clicking on that end of the floor with that group and maybe some of the
I thought we had a number of guys who were just fed up with losing at that point, and knowing that at the defensive end was where this was going to get done. I like what a few of those guys were able to bring throughout the whole night in terms of staying committed to the game plan and understanding that if we're solid, we can be a team that does hold teams under their average.
John and then Chase. John, go ahead.
Brian, just big picture. I mean, just given that it had been 7 in a row, what is just getting a win to kind of relieve a little bit of that pressure? You're saying guys were sick of losing. I mean, what do you think it means just to finally get one here and maybe move forward a little bit?
Yeah, it's always good to win, but I want it to be a standard in terms of how you play, and a defensive grittiness needs to be how we play. Executing down the stretch needs to be how we play. So I'm happy to break a streak like that, but I'm also happy about moving forward, that these guys are showing what they can do when we're committed to it, because that's what this group needs. And the fact that we did this without Carl tonight does make a difference. It helps with confidence, and we got a young group that does need that at times. But I do give these guys a lot of credit for pushing through and keeping positive through this.
And Ryan, Vanderbilt, obviously one of those guys that's just kind of giving you that grit. I mean, the way that he defended Aldridge down low late there and just kind of grabbing rebounds as much as he can. Yeah,
he makes it hard for a coach to keep him off the floor. I mean, sometimes, even at the beginning of the year, the way, Nas was, ultimately ahead of him. We had some guys, play well in training camp. Sometimes you just get pushed out with a numbers game. The fact that he keeps working, the fact that he's really studious the way he studies his film, too. And I love that about him. But at the end of the day, I love that he's got an edge, he's got a toughness, and he's got a defensive mindset.
We'll go Jason and Dane. Jace, go ahead.
I kind of the message to these guys after the game, that defensive effort, that grit, that has to kind of be standard, and it can't be kind of the exception to the rule if you guys want to win on a nightly basis.
Yeah, exactly. And I think any guys you speak to would tell you that. And hey, halftime was a good halftime. Post game was us setting a bar. If we want to be one of these contending teams in the playoffs in the West, the West is tough every night, and it needs to come from a team effort and from a defensive mindset.
Dan, go ahead.
Ryan, the fourth quarter, particularly kind of the beginning of the fourth quarter, is where it seemed to kind of break down in a couple of those recent losses. What would you say was the thing that kind of unlocked you guys in the fourth quarter, maybe in your rotations tonight?
I do think D'Lo and Ricky playing together a little bit right there. We were able to get more organized offensively, and I thought D'Lo had a really solid defensive fourth quarter, especially. I thought he did a number of things. You know, hey, we all make mistakes at times, but I thought he made a number of winning plays. You know, I think that Jared Vanderbilt gave us a good lift and putting pressure on the rim offensively, and then also protecting the rim defensively. That helped that group. We got to continue, you know, to be a team that, you know, can corral loose balls and 50-50 balls. But, you know, we had guys that, you know, we're sick and tired of losing tonight.
You save your mental sanity kind of at that with those offensive rebounds at the end that you're still able to pull it off?
Yeah, I'm glad we had review.